Make sure you stay tuned until the end for a surprising update. I was just finishing up another video to release today, and then this happened.
The only thing I can relate it to is like when I was, when my ex-girlfriend was coming after me.
This is Paytas?
Trisha? What's her name?
Trisha.
Oh, yeah.
I just had to rush this video out unexpectedly. Welcome back, everyone. Hi, my name is Jem, and today we are going to reload Jason Nash speaking in depth about the breakup with Trisha Paytas on the BFF Podcast. So let's get into it. Just a brief background, hosts Dave Portnoy, Josh Richards, and Chicken Fry were discussing the latest drama with Addison Rae's parents with their guest, Jason Nash.
But I think at this point, a fair question. Jason's the only one with kids here, but like if you know you're causing emotional damage, which they have to be, why? It's a selfish move on both their parts to be doing this in a public forum. I mean,
the only thing I can relate it to is like when I was, when my ex-girlfriend was coming after me.
This is Paytas?
Trisha? What's her name?
Trisha.
Oh yeah, TP. Trish like fish. Yeah, no, I know. I'm kidding. Yeah. TP. Yeah, Trish. When she was coming after me, I never said anything because of how it would affect my kids. You know what I mean? Like that's just the biggest reason. Like my son would get like DMs, "I'm gonna kill you" and stuff like that. And when you contribute to that, although it's tempting to want to defend yourself, like maybe in Addison's mom's case where she's like, she wants to say something, like you said, say one or two things.
Yeah.
It's tempting, and it's really hard not to grab your phone and be like, fuck you, like leave me alone.
But Jason did grab his phone. Although he didn't curse Trisha out. No, he left a heart. Remember, at the height of Jason and the Vlog Squad controversy in 2021, he tried to contact Trisha. My guess is the reason he contacted her is he wanted Trisha to lay off on him because of his children. But instead of keeping that message private, she aired him out on Frenemies.
So he called and called, you didn't answer, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he sent this, "Hi Trish, it's Jason. I tried you. Are you available to talk? Call me back. Heart." The fucking heart. The balls on this guy to send you a heart after all this time. You're engaged. Like what? Oh, I miss you, babe. Like what's the heart mean? Who sends a heart?
For a year and a half.
I'm sorry, but no fucking heart, Jason.
I begged and pleaded for Jason to be my friend, to talk to me, for David to talk to me, and they just completely blocked me. They knew all my shit that I was going through. Like Jason strung me along for a couple months after we broke up or whatever, but then completely blocked me after my second mental hospital stay. And I was just I begged him to be my friend. They ignored me for 2 years. They called me crazy, discredited me, said I'm stalking and harassing them, which I've never texted them or anything like that. And I was just like, really? Why would I call you back? I thought I'm stalking and harassing you. So then I thought, well, to call me back the heart, I'm like, okay, this is clearly someone playing a joke. Right. I thought someone maybe hacked his phone or did one of those things. But then he sends me a DM from Instagram. I haven't opened it. Should I open it?
Yeah, reopen it. Fuck it.
I mean, obviously he knows, so we're talking about it now.
It's his dick pic.
So it's a blue check mark. It's his account. Look, I'll show you. See, it goes to his account. So it goes to his account.
Definitely him.
"Hi, Trish. I just tried you. Not sure if you still have that number. I have the same number. Please call me so we can talk. Thank you, Jason." Fuck you, Jason. Fuck you.
But yeah, that was why I never said anything. It was just because of my kids.
This is a strange question. How do I phrase it? And I don't mean to say it in a negative way, but I'm going to just ask it. You seem like a very normal guy, Jason. But you're married to Trisha Paytas, who...
Well, I wasn't married, Dave.
Girlfriend?
It's the second time you said that.
Girlfriend?
We were married. Yeah, we dated for 12 months.
Okay, a year.
It's so interesting to me that Jason said 12 months instead of 1 year. That must be psychological. Do you think he was trying to make the duration of his relationship sound longer or shorter?
Yep.
She seems certifiable.
I've never talked about it. She's a complicated girl. She's I don't like to talk shit about my exes or women in general.
And I'm not asking. I guess that's not what I'm asking.
I want to explain it to you so you understand.
If you were to go back and watch the entire BFF podcast, you'll see that Jason was itching to talk about Trisha, to finally get his side of the story out there. And he should have that chance.
I met her. She was like, we got along really great. You know, it was a time in my life where like I was, you know, like she was really into me. So I love that. She was really sweet to me. She loved me. Like, you know, Trisha loved me so much, you know, and so did her 17 personalities. You know what I mean? So it's just like, it was just.
Okay, Jason really wanted to get that joke out there, but it fell flat. And this is why. The way he started speaking about Trisha, it sounded too emotional, like he was close to tears. So Josh and the other hosts were not prepared to laugh at the 17 personality line. I want to go back to Jason saying that Trisha loved him a lot.
Trisha loved me so much, you know, and
even though in another video titled Love or Hate, we already discussed the different words for love in the Greek language, I want to reiterate what love is. The actions that Trisha displayed in her relationship with Jason was not love. That is the main reason why I wanted to rush this video out. Let's let Jason further explain.
We started filming together, and that was cool, and we were doing really good. And then it just got to a place where it was just like she was. I didn't like the relationship, and I couldn't get out because, you know, she threatened to ruin me and ruin all my friends. That's really what happened.
Jason is describing a relationship in which he was not free to leave when he wanted. Now, is that a relationship or is that a prison sentence? You tell me. The love that you have available to give a romantic partner should be your love to give freely. The operative word is freely. What Jason just described is a hostage situation. A hostage situation without guns, just pure manipulation. That's why a lot of people don't take it seriously. And I want you to please keep that in mind the next time you go back and watch old Trisha and Jason videos and think they're so much in love. Because there came a point in that relationship where Jason's actions toward Trisha didn't come from an outpouring of love. Rather, it came from tremendous fear. I've been working on a video detailing the era of frenemies when Trisha and Ethan were on a one-sided warpath with the Vlog Squad. Trisha had a vendetta against them, and Ethan is just a natural ride or die person. Ethan has never met a battle he didn't want to join. But I've been collecting clips, and this is my first draft thumbnail, which I did months ago before I got a handle on better designs. But what you see before you now on the screen is my updated thumbnail. The word liar has nothing to do with Jason, but when this video is released, you'll understand. One of the reasons I was dragging my feet on releasing this video is because Trisha's abusive relationship with Jason was only told from her side of the story. And I was getting to the point after listening to her talk about it for so long while I was collecting clips that I started not to even believe her after a while. It was just too fantastical, her stories. And with Trisha, I always want to hear somebody else's side and not just her version. But apparently, all those stories were true. But the reason why she told us those incriminating stories of herself is because she wanted to get it out there before Jason had a chance to tell it. However, Jason never told us anything. And Trisha does that a lot. When she messes up, she wants to tell her side first, not because she's honest, but because she wants to control the narrative. And because she doesn't want anyone to hold anything over her head ever.
And then eventually, you know, she drove her car into my house and trapped me in my house for like 3 hours. I mean, I don't want to go into it, but
that was the story that got me. That was the fantastical story that got me. I needed to hear Jason tell that story himself. Because Jason and Trisha have many videos on their channel about their relationship where they're telling us, the audience, the torment Jason was going through. But they always downplayed the seriousness of it so that it came off as a joke. And that's why I stress to you that these jokes these YouTubers are telling you, even if they mean it to make you laugh, doesn't mean it's funny. And I see more and more YouTubers doing it currently, hiding their toxicity under jokes, and it rubs me the wrong way. It rubs me the wrong way because there's thousands of people watching them thinking the behavior that's being displayed is hilarious. But you know the expression, everything is all fun and games until someone gets hurt.
But she's, at the time, I haven't talked to her in 2 years. At the time, she was really sick. She had some sort of chemical imbalance where she would kind of black out and anything could happen. She one time I was like editing videos and she called me on like a Wednesday. She was like, hey babe, what's up? And I was like, oh, nothing. I'm just posting my video, I'm like trying to stay on my schedule. Yeah. And she goes, I want to go to the mall, and I was like, I can't go to the mall today, And so I was like trying to be firm about it, I was like, no, I can't go to the mall. I'll see you tonight. So I was like all proud of myself. Like, I put my foot down,
Good job, Jason.
Yeah. And then she called back like 5 minutes later and she was like, I'm going to fucking myself. She was like driving down Laurel Canyon, like swerving saying around, she's going to like drive her car off the road. And then long story short, we found her in a ditch with the police and shit like that. And
if your partner tells you they will end themselves as a way to control your actions, please get help. Whenever, however you can, get help. That is the antithesis of a healthy relationship.
So I really did try to like take care of her and I loved her a lot. And it just got to be too much.
And here for the first time, we hear Jason say he loved Trisha. And I can see that his actions of showing his love towards Trisha was taking care of her. Let's look at the definition of love. Love, an intense feeling or deep affection. Okay, so now let's look at the word affection. Affection, a gentle feeling of fondness or liking. A gentle feeling. That's beautiful. That's beautiful because the word gentle connotes caring. Caring and looking after someone shows gentleness. Driving a car into your lover's house does not. The gentleness of taking care of Trisha is the love that Jason showed once he realized she was dealing with mental illness. And please believe, I'm not saying that this man is a saint. However, everyone is capable of showing love to others, and I'm just pointing it out. It's been about 3 years since their relationship ended, and Jason has never discussed Trisha publicly, so I do not fault him for speaking now, because I bet you if Trisha kept that breakup story to herself, he would have too.
Now, I don't know what she's like now. She seems to be doing really good.
And that's why Jason is talking about Trisha. She seems to be doing good now. I've noticed Ethan has mentioned her on his podcast. She remains silent. Keem has mentioned her recently, saying they were going to do a podcast together soon. She hasn't responded. Trisha, this will be another test. Let Jason tell his side of the story and don't respond. I don't even want to hear an apology from you, Trisha, because you all know how I feel about YouTubers and their apologies. I've never seen one that I believed. Trisha, you will prove to everyone you are working on yourself by doing the opposite of what people expect you to do. Do not respond. You can do a clickbait title and talk about something else. That's cool. But skip this surefire payday because it will be better for you in the long run. I just noticed because I was getting clips on her channel for another video. She said Dior sent her a gift for her baby. Now, I don't know. Is that true or not? I don't know. But Trisha, let's just say it is true. Then keep out a mess if you want that stuff to continue. And the thing is, too, Trisha shouldn't even be angry or upset about this because Jason hasn't said anything that Trisha hasn't told us a million times when nobody asked. So let the man have his peace.
She's pregnant. She has a baby coming. And I think that, there was sort of this unfillable hole with her where she would like buy a lot of stuff and do a lot of stuff in excess, and it never really made her happy. So I hope that, when the baby comes, that'll be the thing that like...
Yeah.
A baby will not fill a parent's hole. Let me repeat. A baby will not fill a parent's hole. Hopefully, Trisha is really getting the help she needs and realizes that a baby does not fix mental health issues. Can a baby be a catalyst for a parent to get their mental health in order? 1,000 times yes. But a baby is not a cure-all. A person's ability to get consistent help so that they can manage their illness will make a world of difference. Trisha should be looking to adults for help and not a 3-day-old. Like, for real, a baby has her own problems to deal with, like figuring out the most germiest thing to put in her mouth.
Found it in the last
Yeah,
year,
yeah.
you know
She
what
has
I mean?
she has a
Before.
husband now,
Yeah,
great husband, handsome guy, comes from a good family. But yeah, that's it. Sorry about the long-winded answer.
No,
It's-
no,
it's,
no,
it's
that's
like
what-
it's
that's
fucking
good.
Dave. I could tell you stories.
No, but that's
you
kind
know.
of what I
Okay, I'm about to skip around and just play this one part because if Trisha were to get mad about anything that Jason said on this podcast, it's this. And you'll be surprised.
She was great with my kids.
Did she like up it for the camera? Like, would she up the like?
She's
kind of how she
she's an
talked, or-
incredible performer.
Yeah. Okay.
She's an incredible performer for the camera. So, you know, you would be like, "Oh, what do we do today?" And she'd come down with a fucking bird cage on her head or something, like something, you know,
Just
or
ready to go.
just
Like,
some
just-
crazy.
yeah.
Yeah, it was incredible. It was like, you know, we used to just make videos and.
That's it. That's it right there. Trisha does not want anyone to know how the secret sauce is made. If Jason gave an inside look at the extent of troll Trisha, she would be upset. Trisha's so afraid of people exposing like her trollness. I feel like that's even why she trolls even when the camera is not running. She keeps it up 24/7, it seems. Because believe me, Jason saying Trisha had mental health issue is the same thing that Trisha's been saying. I'm telling you all, that would make her mad. Whatever you do, don't call Trisha a phony.
By the
And
way,
I-
that story could also be why I look younger than you.
Yes.
Yeah, there's been a lot of
can
there's
age,
been a
that
lot of
can age a
stress.
guy. That
Would
can-
you say you have
kids
like
that-
a savior's complex kind of thing? Do you think that played into it? Okay.
100%.
Yeah.
Josh. And so
yeah,
that
yeah.
even when I was like, even when she had already like really hurt me bad and
you
we were
knew,
broken
like, This is
up,
probably not good for me, but it was like, how am I supposed
but
to
I,
leave someone that's
I,
gonna
I
hurt
couldn't,
themselves kind
I
of thing?
couldn't leave her because she was threatening.
Yeah,
Now it turns
totally
out
totally
she
get it.
admitted that she was never gonna suicide, but I would call her mom and be like, she's threatening suicide. They wouldn't call me back.
Yeah.
Like, I really did try.
Trisha already admitted this on her Chemical Imbalance podcast. She admitted to pretending to be the S word just to get her boyfriends to come back to her. So she already admitted that, but is she trolling now? Was she trolling then? I don't know, because she always likes to tell two sides of the same story. Again, she tells on herself before anyone else can. And that's why I've been telling you all since my channel first started. When Ethan called out Trisha for punching Moses on the first episode of Frenemies, before she had a chance to say it first, that burned her to her core. And it was game on throughout Frenemies because of that. That's what made Trisha mad. Ethan had something over her head and said it. She was stumbling over her words. She didn't even know how to answer that. That's when you make Trisha upset. That first episode encompassed the name Frenemies. You guys don't even understand.
And that's actually really exactly what it was, you know. It's but I wish her the best. I hope she fucking has a healthy baby. I hope everything's great. And I don't know if you guys know, but she really turned over a new leaf. Like, she doesn't talk shit about anybody or.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Jason did confirm that Trisha drove a car into his house and trapped him in his house for 3 hours. Now, just so you know that a year or so after this, Trisha started dating Moses. And if you saw in my I Am Moses movie, Trisha was doing the same thing to Moses.
You
I
guys
was
had a
just like-
tussle?
He had bruises, so of course he's like, "Oh my god, like look." Well, then I took his keys, and so he was trying to get the keys back.
Okay? Even before they were official, Trisha was doing the same thing to Moses. Moses is now married to her, and they are acting as though everything is fine now. Maybe Trisha got the help she needs. This is why it's good to have victims speak out. Because maybe too, if more of Trisha's exes were to have said what happened and what she did, because when you have Trisha tell the story, it's just another story on top of 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 another story. People don't take anything she says seriously. But to hear it from Jason, to hear on Frenemies what Trisha did to Moses, it creates a very serious pattern that other people should be aware of, to know when you do get involved with Trisha, this is what may happen. Now again, if Trisha is now okay, what Moses is doing right now is co-signing her as if she is okay now because they're having a child together. Would you want to have a child with someone capable of doing these dangerous things? You would assume that Trisha is better, which is why Moses is proceeding with having a child with her. I don't know. Hopefully that is the case. Trisha is better now, and that's why their relationship is flourishing. I'd rather that be true and she's moving forward than all the mess she left in her past. And again, Trisha, you remain silent, and that's the end of that. And will you look at that? Future Gem here. I was about to upload my video and I checked and look at what I saw. Trisha did in fact clickbait her video, having everybody think she's going to be talking about Jason Nash, and she's talking about, I don't know, something else. So she's collecting her coins, but staying away from drama. I don't know. You guys think she's changed?